PSA Collector.
What's going on, guys? It's Matt with PSAcollector.com, back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to cover a little bit about sports card flipping and following and looking for sports card trends, okay? So in my recent video I did, on my recent pickups, I talked a little bit about how sports card flipping was not logical, which is true. The reason I said that is because I know a lot of you guys out there are new to the hobby, new to this sports card investing, and I wanted to make sure that you guys weren't in it to get rich overnight, okay? That's not how you do sports card investing. You don't want to enter it thinking that you can buy a card and flip it for profit within like the same week, okay? That is what my definition of sports card flipping is. You buy a card at a lower price than the market value, you know that it's lower price, and you sell it within the same week, 2 weeks, or even a month, okay? That's flipping. There's a big difference between sports card investing and sports card flipping, okay? Investing is you buy with the intent to hold on for years as the value goes up. Flipping is you buy with the intent to sell very quickly, okay? Now that is not logical if you don't know what you're doing. If you're brand new to the market, you have no idea what you're doing, then sports card flipping should not be your goal, okay? Eventually, once you get enough knowledge and experience in the game, then yes, sports card flipping is very doable, and it can be very profitable as long as you have three things: the capital, the knowledge, and third, the luck, guys. It takes a lot of luck, okay? So with the capital, the knowledge, and the luck, you could be a successful sports card flipper. Now let's look deeper and see what exactly I'm talking about, okay? All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna go to my eBay purchase history and check it out, guys. All right, these are all the cards I bought. Okay, here's a good example. I bought 3 PSA 9s, Trae Young, Optic base for $68 out the door, okay? 3 PSA 9s, all right? This is when I bought these cards. Now, what are they selling for now? Optic, Trae Young, and I'm going to go ahead and say PSA 9. All right, I'm gonna come up here to the advanced. I'm gonna hit sold, search, and I'm gonna do auction. Let's do recent first. Okay, there's 2 sold for $93. 1 sold for $46, 1 at $55. Look at this, $130. But these are the auctions, okay? And the auctions is for the most part the safest bet to know what the prices are, what the market value is. So we got 2 here at 45, 46, probably 46.50 a piece. If I sold mine at this price point, I would have made about $20 per card, right? Because I paid $68 total for 3. So 68 divided by 3, that's $22.60 a pop. And this guy sold his 2 at $93 for, so that's $46.50 a piece. Minus 22, so $24.50 a profit per card, okay? Now this is auction. There's one's at 46. I would have made profit. This one's at 55. This is a props team seller, but look at this, March. Okay, so not more than 2 to 3 weeks later, I'm flipping these cards for a profit, okay? Let's look at the buy it now. So I'm gonna show you guys my actual auction that I sold. I think I listed mine for 60. Yeah, see, I listed mine for 65. 2 sold, and I didn't sell at 65. It sold at 55. So that's a great example of how flipping sports cards is possible. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what to look for. Now, how did I know that Trae Young's cards were gonna spike that quickly? How did I know? Simple, guys. What I do is I go. This is what I do, guys. I go to YouTube and I simply look at who's in the feed, who shows up in the feed. Now, if you guys aren't subscribed to ESPN, Fox Sports Radio, and NBA, all these sports channels, I highly suggest you subscribe to them. Now, if there's a specific player that you want to look up, type them in. Just type the player in. So Trae Young. Check this out, guys. Sports cards are, in today's market, are all about the hype. It's all about the player brand, okay? So if you're watching an NBA game and you see a player just like killing it, crushing it on the court, do this. Look them up on YouTube and check out the hype, okay? So this is how I know a player has hype. Look at all these thumbnails. Look at all these videos, guys. So Trae Young has a lot of hype right now, okay? Trae Young has a lot of hype. Look at Golden Hoops, 234,000 views 3 weeks ago. House of Highlights, 1 day ago, 11K. If you guys aren't subscribed to these channels, I highly suggest you subscribe to them because they're going to let you know which players have a lot of hype right now. They're going to let you know. So how did I know that Trae Young rookie cards were going to blow up the time that it did? Well, it was a guess. And why do I say that? Because look at this, guys. 2 weeks ago, Trae Young goes off for career high 50-point Hawks versus the Heat game. If you guys didn't see that game, dude, he crushed it, okay? Now, that was 2 weeks ago. So what is 2 weeks ago? That was like February 20... Anyway, it was 2 weeks ago. It was before the hype, okay? Now, if you guys don't believe me on the hype, let's just go ahead and let's look at the Trae Young cards, okay? Let's go sold. And let's see where they were 3 months ago, what they were selling at. Let's go to oldest first. Check this out, guys. Look at that. That PSA 9 sold for $24. This PSA 9 sold for $25. Look at that, $13? What? There's a purple for $42. $15. Okay. Purple for $42. Man, I wish I would have saw these. So this was a while ago. Look at that, $16 for that PSA 9. That PSA Mint Hollow 121. $46 for all four of these. Look at that. With the select. Golly, dude. That buyer got a dang bargain. Look at that. $46 for all four of those, okay? Now let's look at what the hype is now. What the Trae Young's going for now. All right, so let's go to newest. Or recent. Like I said, 93 for 2. 86 for that one. 54 for that one. 50 for that one. 46 for that. 60 for that one. Wow. There's a hollow Mint 9 for $175. $178. So that jumped about $50. This video essentially is what made his cards start going up faster, a lot quicker. And plus all these other thumbnails, look, 1 week ago, 302,000. That's another thing, guys. Trae Young came out with that nutmeg. So I got the hype going even more for Trae Young. People are liking the nutmegs. That happened a week ago, which I think influenced the price of his cards, is the nutmeg. When you're flipping cards, you gotta watch these videos, okay? Let's go ahead and pull this video up. What I do is I scroll down and I read the comments, guys. Just read these comments. So this dude is shooting from the logo on half court. Can we take a step back and realize how crazy that is? See what these guys say about that. Nothing new. Curry been doing that for 5 to 6 years. Makes it even crazier since Curry is arguably the best shooter of all time. Arguably, okay, still impressive. He way better than that at the same age. Go look up Curry at that same age. Okay, so that's some research I'll potentially be doing on Steph Curry. Maybe he's someone I should be looking into. But you gotta take all these comments with a grain of salt, guys, all right? Simmons will have these stats once every 30 games. Trae has it once a week. So you just read these comments and see what other people are saying. See, you gotta look into the hype. Are people hype about Trae Young, or are they against him? Do they not like him? Ice Trae made me some money. I wonder if he's a sports card investor. Okay, guys, so you just want to go through and read the comments and see if there's hype for that player or not, okay? If there's a lot of hype, if lots of people are commenting and liking them, then that's a good thing, okay? That's not the only thing, obviously. Based on ESPN, House of Highlights, Bleacher Report, all these big channels that are doing videos on Trae, based on that, guys, that makes me want to look into the player even further. Now, that's not just the thing either. You also got to watch these games yourself, watch these players perform, and get a feel of, do you get hype yourself when they're playing? Do you start rooting for them? Then if you do, that's a good thing. If you don't, then I wouldn't buy them. Even if they're showing good stats, people are all hyped about them, but you are not hyped about that player, don't buy them, guys. Do not do that, because then you're going to have all these cards that you don't want to collect yourself. You don't want in your collection, and if the value goes down, then you're really going to be upset. So if you guys don't like watching the players yourself, don't even consider looking into them, okay? Well, look into them, but don't consider buying them until you get hyped about them. You got to watch them yourself before you start buying and investing in their cards, okay? $20 card that's already in the PSA case, great pickup when you're investing or trying to flip them, because there is no wait time. I mean, you have to wait maybe at max 7 days to get the card in the mail, opposed to submitting it to PSA yourself and getting it back in 5 months. But the graded cards are the ones that you want to flip, okay? If I wanted to flip these ungraded cards, let's say my total investment on these are $40. Let's go ahead and say Optic, Trae Young. Let's eliminate the PSA. $30. Wow, okay. So I would have doubled my money essentially. So you can buy and sell ungraded cards and get and make some profit, but I think there's more money to be made if you could pick up a PSA 9, just go ahead and pick up a PSA 9, because I think there's more money to be made, higher return on investment with the PSA graded stuff, okay? With that being said, guys, when you're flipping sports cards, you have to factor in the eBay fees and the PayPal fees, okay? Now, what percentage I use for eBay and PayPal is simple, 15%. eBay is going to take about 10%, PayPal is going to take about 3%, so I like to leave a 2% variation difference. So I like to subtract 15% of the overall sale, and that's my profit, okay? That's what I take out of PayPal and put into my checking account at the end of the week or end of the month, whatever it is. I leave 15% in and take whatever's left over out, okay? That's my profit. Just because you bought a card for $10 and you sold it for $20 does not mean you made $10 profit, because you need to subtract 15% of that to pay eBay and PayPal fees, okay? You also have to take into consideration the shipping times. So if you're buying cards and flipping them the same night, which I highly suggest don't even try doing that, because the cards don't go up in value that much, that fast. It takes typically a week or 2 weeks for them to go up in any kind of significant value. Don't try to flip overnight. Have a mindset of within a month, okay? After a month, it's not really flipping, it's more like just buying and selling, okay? That's all you're doing, you're buying and you're selling. When you're flipping things like a house or a car, totally different, guys. That's going to be like 6 months. That's a flip, because you have so many other things you got to worry about. Sports cards, there is no like title registration fees, taxes and inspections and stuff. No, that's house flipping and car flipping are totally different. You got to think more like on the lines of garage sale, flea market flips, Goodwill flips. The same thing applies to sports cards. You buy a Trae Young PSA 9 at $20, either A, hoping that it's going to go up in value within the next week, 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, or B, you already know that it's gone up. So for the Luka Doncic guys, now nobody could have predicted that the Luka cards were going to be going up as quickly as they did. I knew that they were going up, but I didn't know they were going up as fast as they did, okay? So let's look at what I bought right here. I bought this March 9th. Knowing what you're looking for, guys, and knowing what the market is at is very, very important when you're flipping sports cards, okay? Check this out. I bought 3 of these 2018 Panini Select Luka Doncic rookie cards for $83 on March 9th. This is after his rookie card explosion. So 84 divided by 3, it's $28 a piece, all right? $28 a piece. Let's look at what they're going for right now. There's a mint 9 for $75 that sold. Look at that concourse, PSA 10, $238. When I submit these to PSA, if they come back at 10, big profit, guys, big profit. Look at that. Premier levels already selling at best buy it now for $80. So this one sold at buy it now for $47.95. Okay, this one sold at $50. This one sold at auction for $50. March 10th, the day after I picked up these, buy it now. This lot, okay, guys, I knew what to look for. I knew where the market was at. So when he listed these, I jumped on them as soon as I could. I just jumped on it. No question, no hesitation. Buy it now. I couldn't hit it fast enough. Simply because once I get these cards, which is going to be a while because they're from China, I can easily sell these cards on eBay, individually. Let's say I get these cards in the mail. I list them immediately and I sell them for $50 a piece. That's $150, right? 150 times 0.15 is $22.50. So 150 minus $22.50, eBay and PayPal fees, I'm at $127.50 minus my initial investment of $84. So I made a profit of $43.50 if I decided to sell them raw and ungraded. However, if I pay the additional $10 fee to submit the PSA, my total investment is going to be at plus $30, $113, okay? Now, if one of those cards comes back at 10, let's say I put it up for auction and it sells for $238. Now, of that $238, I would pay 15% fees, $35, okay? So $238 minus 35 is $203 minus the initial $28 purchase. $175 profit from one card, okay? You guys can see. Now, that's to say that these cards are selling for $238 in 6 months, okay? Which, if you've been watching Luka, you know they will be, all right? The market for Luka cards have gone crazy. People have caught on to it. They've seen that his cards have been going up. the time to buy was last month, like I was. It's not, now is not the time to buy. So that's a great example of if you wanted to flip raw ungraded cards. I mean, the profit really isn't there. The motivation to do that isn't there. That's why I don't really flip cards like that. I did flip the Trae Young, however, just to test it out and see if I could. Also, I wanted to pick up some more Lucas, okay? I dumped off 3 Trae Youngs, and I used that money to buy more Lucas, okay? So that's why I would flip cards, is to come up with more capital to buy more heavily in another player's stock, like Luka. So that's essentially, guys, what's my approach to sports card flipping is, okay? You buy it with the intent to buy a card, knowing that it's going to go up in value, and potentially selling if you wanted to or needed to come up with more capital to buy heavily in another stock, okay? You don't want to do sports card flipping full time, because that is not logical. That's so stressful to me to even think about buying and selling and buying and selling. You lose track of the fees, you lose track of the profit. If you're new to the hobby and you don't really know what you're doing, don't go in with the mentality of I'm going to get rich overnight. I'm going to buy these cards for $10 and sell them in a month for $1,000. That's not how it works, guys, okay? So I just wanted to clarify that sports card flipping is possible as long as you have the 3 things. You got to have the capital, you got to have the knowledge, and you got to have the dang luck, okay? Lots of luck. And essentially it's gambling, guys, because there's no way I knew that Trae Young was going to have that big of a hype increase, okay? There's no way. It was a guess. It was a guess. And his hype continues to grow, and I continue to look at his cards. With that being said, guys, let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions. I'm going to thank you all for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'll see you on the next video, all right?